What's going on, guys? It's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I want to start off by apologizing to anybody that was in my live stream yesterday. I got really frustrated at the game and it's something I struggled to control a lot of the time, and I know it's unacceptable, especially if I'm trying to be this YouTuber, but it was really heated in my room. Like, the radiator was on. Everything was getting to my head. I was sweating. You know when you just get that horrible mood when it's really warm, the game's not very good, there's input lag, just all of that. So like I said, I do apologize because it probably didn't make for a pleasant viewing experience. I'll try and make sure it doesn't happen again in the future. But despite all of our moaning, we did actually finish with 30 wins, which meant we got Elite 3, which I'm more than happy with because we secured our Elite 1 monthlies and we still got that Team of the Week pack. So it's all good, guys. Partly the reason we did finish with 30 wins is because one of my friends called Ben, who actually got second in the world, believe it or not, he went 40-0. He gave me the tip to use the 4-2-3-1, which I'm going to explain in great detail as to why I switched to this formation. But before we get into that, guys, I would appreciate it if you could all drop a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any videos like this one. And with that being said, guys, let's get into the video. So by now you've probably figured out that I am very indecisive when it comes to what I stick to in FIFA. That includes formations, players, tactics, instructions, you name it. I mess around with everything, and that's the reason I make so many videos on formations and things like that, because my opinions are constantly changing on what I think is the best, what's effective, what's not effective, how you should approach games. You know, it never stays the same with me, and I don't know why. But as you can see by the title and what I said in the intro, today we're going to be talking about why I switched to the 4-2-3-1 this weekend, because it's quite a strange one. I usually play the 4-1-2-1-2. Something must have happened for me to switch, and yeah, you're kind of right if you think that. So let me explain, guys. At the start of this weekend, I was playing the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and I was winning games pretty comfortably. I was scoring a lot of goals. You know, I went 12-0. Everything was fine. It was all good. But I was looking at like the results of my games, and I was seeing that I was conceding about 2-3 goals every game mostly. But it was fine because I was scoring about 4 or 5, so it didn't really matter. So because I don't like to change things when I'm winning, I stuck with it and carried on, and we did alright. We got to something like 18-6. Now, coming to think of it, it's not that great. In fact, what am I even on about? That's dreadful. But I'm quite a stubborn guy, and even then I didn't feel like changing, because this is the formation I used to get 34 wins every few weeks. You know, I was getting 30+ wins comfortably using it, and I didn't feel the need to change it, as bad as that sounds, so I carried on in a live stream, as some of you guys may have seen, and we ended up going 25-10, which really isn't great from 12-0, coming to think of it. In fact, that's very poor. I don't know what changed from the past few weeks to this week, but whatever I was trying wasn't working. I needed a change. I needed to do something, because if I carried on with that formation, with that wins to loss ratio of the past 20 games, there's no way I was getting elite. Like, we were losing one game every 2 matches, I'd probably say, which, when I need to get 5 wins and only lose 1, that's just not going to happen, is it? Like, that's not good. We're not getting elite. But anyway, I was analysing the way I was losing these games, and as much as the input lag wasn't helping me, like, it was very bad on Sunday, I can't lie, and I don't like making excuses, but the input lag was very bad, okay? But I was looking, and we were still conceding like the same amount of goals as we were at the start of the weekend when we went 12-0, but we weren't scoring as many, and we didn't have much control of the game. We had like 40% of the ball most games. We weren't creating that many chances. So it was then where, like, when I thought, you know what, this is time for change. And it was the same time that my friend messaged me on Twitter going, yo, I got 40-0 here. I was like, damn, you've got to tell me what you did. It's like, I used the 4-2-3-1, this is how I did it, blah blah. You know, these are the players I used, like Pogba and Vieira. I was like, alright, I could probably switch to this formation and use it. And he was telling me to play like quite slow, quite possessive, not too aggressive, playing an extra pass so I could break down the opponent easier. And I was like, you know what, let's give this a go. And I'm going to be completely honest, guys, it was a breath of fresh air for me because everybody was using narrow formations that I was playing against. It was always the 4-1-2-1-2 or the 4-3-1-2, and it's so boxed in the middle. Like, there's no room in the middle for anything. So I was like, if I use the 4-2-3-1 narrow, I'm going to have a bit of width. I'm going to find it a bit easier to get around my opponents and score goals because his formation's so narrow that he can't mark all of my wide players. And as you can probably guess, guys, this formation change actually worked for me. We had a lot more control of the game. We were like switching the play with crosses across the pitch. It was much easier to link up like players and stuff, make many little 1-2 passes. It was actually quite fun because I had so much control of the game that it almost felt like I could do what I want. I was making more chances, I wasn't getting hit as much on the break because, you know, my opponent had less possession, so I didn't have to worry about defending so much. And when I did have to defend, I had the 2 CDMs in front of my defensive line, so it was much more protected. I was conceding less goals and I was just having a much better time. And for once in about 2 weekends, I had fun, guys. And another thing was I was using Hullet as my central cam, and for 1.3 million coins you want that player to be used as much as possible, so I actually found him really useful in that position, especially because of his shooting stats, his strength, his passing, his 5-star weak foot. He was really good in that position, and I felt like he was being wasted at right central midfield. Like you can see in this game, he was absolutely ripping through opponents. He's so hard to stop because even if, like, say a right back is running shoulder to shoulder with him, Hullet will push him off and run round him. But anyway, guys, I used this formation at the very start of the game, and I think it did alright for me. I did get elite in my first couple of weekends, maybe not the first one, but I know I got it the second weekend using this formation, and it was really fun for me. And then for some reason, I did change it, and I can't remember why, to the 4-1-2-1-2, and I just stuck with it. And since I've switched back, I realise what I've been missing, because this formation is very good indeed. And I don't play this in the way where people call it parking the bus, where it's just you sitting back with 4 defenders in front of your penalty box. That's not what I'm on about. I use this formation so I can keep the ball. Well, not keep it. I still want to use the ball when I get it. I don't just want to pass it round, but I find it so much easier to create chances like it because it's almost like everything's a bit more relaxed when I have the ball. I don't need to, you know, pick up the ball and think, right, I need to go right now. I need to ping this ball up to my striker, because you have more midfielders across the pitch. You know, you can play an extra pass. You can take more time on the ball. You can think about what you're going to do next. And I really like that. I just can't explain how much I'm enjoying the balance of this formation. Like, when I'm using it, there's not one way I can play. I explained this in another video, but like, I can play fast if I want to, I can play narrow if I want to, I can play wide if I want to, I can play slow if I want to, I can defend if I want to, and I can just bombard his goal with shots if I want to. I can do what I want. I like it. And I feel like this formation for me, especially when I get my hands on players like Ronaldo and Vieira, I feel like this is the formation for me, and I'm going to try my best to stick with it, because I honestly think I find the most success with this formation, because it's not just how I want to play FIFA, it's how I look at football as a whole. I feel like this is the best formation for football, and it is in FIFA as well. And I feel like because I watch this formation being used so much in Premier League football and stuff, and watching the way people use this formation, like, I don't know, a football team for example, think of one, the way they use it, the way they attack with it, it gives me ideas when I'm playing FIFA. I'm like, what if I try this? What if I try that? I've seen this work before in real life. And as much as FIFA's not like a simulation of real life, as much as EA claim it to be, it does really help, especially with your attacking creation. Now, I know this video has not been very organised, but it's just been me giving my straight opinion on why I use this formation, you know, not really a structure to it. I'm just saying what I think as I go along. But anyways, to sum it up real short, the reason I switched to the 4-2-3-1 was because, for one, I was losing far too many games and I needed to change something. 2, I wanted more control over the game, and this formation is probably one of the best for control of the game. I wanted to create more chances, so I switched to this formation because I wasn't creating many in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. And this is the formation, the only other formation I really know, so I switched to that. I also wanted to be better defensively, so I switched to this formation. I also wanted to be a bit more balanced, and that's the other reason I switched this formation. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, guys, I would appreciate it if you could drop a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on any videos like this one. Also, be sure to comment down below what your favourite formation is, and be sure to give an explanation just so I know why. I'm always interested to see what you guys find successful in FIFA. And with all that aside, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next upload. Peace, guys.